This is a first year game. I mean,
I don't necessarily take any satisfaction from how the year went. That's not to say I'm not proud of what That's not to say I'm not proud of what the group was able to do and how we were able to figure things out on the fly. Put ourselves in a position to have home court in the first round, but there's always ways to get better, and I can do a lot better.
this nigga didn't play.
Hey, Jackson, how do you handle the
Jackson, how do you handle the disappointment from getting the 3 seed and things going pretty well throughout the season as a whole, collectively, and to kind of almost suddenly being out of round one of the playoffs? How do you process that as an individual and kind of what you're going?
Yeah, I mean, just doesn't feel real. I feel like we had a great team coming along, and after the All-Star break, I feel like we started getting it clicking a lot. So I mean, it just doesn't make it well.
When you were in the starting lineup in the regular season, the Lakers went 10-3. Very quickly in this series, JJ went away from you. How was that communicated to you? Did you understand the decision? And what was the feeling like to, especially tonight, not get a chance to help the team?
Yeah, I mean, they told me, upstairs with me, just saying just to stay ready, and they're going to try some other things out. So that's what coach's decision, so I respect that always.
Jackson, in which ways do you feel like you grew this season, and what do you think you showed this year?
I feel like I grew in a good amount of certain ways on defensive ends.
Like, this nigga was ass at first. Like, he did get
Compete at
better
that high
though.
level and not just be a backup for a team. I felt like I showed I could be out there playing more. Obviously, there's still a ton of things I need to work on, but I felt pretty good leaving the season.
Obviously, you'll be a restricted free agent going into this offseason. I guess, what are your initial thoughts of your free agency and how, if it did, how did the way the season ended impact your thoughts on this free agency?
I haven't really been thinking about that at all. I've just been focused on this playoff series, and so I didn't have time to process that yet. So
Man of the hour.
Also, this games 3, 4, and tonight all close in the fourth quarter. I think you guys unable to prevail, and it's all of a sudden the series is over. How do you kind of gauge that emotionally relative to what your hoping expectation was when the round was? Obviously, this wasn't our expectation, our goal. But to be honest with you, as a group, we just didn't play good enough to beat them. That's really it. When you look ahead to the offseason and recognize that I think you, Luke, and LeBron only played 21 games together, what do you think you need most to reach your full potential, whether that be something from the outside or time to gel? Just continuing to grow together. Obviously, they're unbelievable basketball players, and the more time you spend,
sad, gang.
not with just them, but the whole unit, you're just gonna become more cohesive, more together, know exactly what you're gonna do every possession when things get tough, when you're rolling, how you want to play the game. I thought we did a really good job of that in the regular season, and just like I said, we just didn't play good enough in this series.
Austin, kind of a
Y'all
big picture
play
question
good,
to
but gang, y'all
allow.
done do shit now, gang.
Over the
What
course of the
matters?
season, there's been different moments where, I think right before the Luka trade, where the team was feeling really good about itself. After the Dallas game, the team was feeling really good about itself and a different version of it. Where do you think it kind of just didn't click fully for you guys? Is there one or two things you can put your finger on as to say like why maybe that belief went unrealized?
I mean, I think there was. I really just don't think we played good. Give credit to.
That's real. That's real.
Minnesota.
That's real.
Played a
That's
really good
real.
series, but I
It's
think
real
it
as
come
fuck.
down to just us not being us, and obviously I didn't get the
Don't give
series
credit to
that I
them
wanted
niggas.
to have. So you can point the finger at me. I really don't care. I wasn't good enough to help us be successful, and I wish I could have did more, but I didn't. I struggled, but you live and you learn. And I can guarantee that I'll get back to work this off season and be better.
Austin, you just touched on you're playing the series, but taking a step back, how do you view this season overall for you? I know you don't like talking about yourself, but just in terms of your growth and just what you showed this year.
I had a lot of fun. Forget the basketball. I enjoyed every single day going to work, being around these guys. The coaching staff, training staff, weight staff, everybody in the organization, and then from game one to game 82, and now I just had a lot of fun. This is I always speak about how growing up playing with your best friends in high school, like sometimes nothing will ever top that because you've been able to play high school basketball with guys that you grew up with your whole life. But this is right up there with all that. I really enjoyed it. And like I said, I have fun regardless of statistics or anything. I enjoy going to work every single day and
He being
putting in
real
the work
here. I
and
ain't
all
gonna
that.
lie. Some real ass shit.
Austin, kind of going back to a question that you asked earlier, how did the last couple of months, this playoff series, how did I guess inform you of what to work on going to this offseason about what's necessary to complement LeBron and Luka in the lineup you guys have?
Just play better. I feel like I'm talented enough to do that, as I feel like I've proved over and over again throughout my whole life. There's millions of people that would have never known me if I was never in this position because quite frankly nobody thought I was ever going to be in this position. Um, so I've continued to prove myself over and over again, and I'm going to go to work and do the same thing next year. That's really it.
I need to hear LeBron game.
I need to be better.
I hear you game, but I need to hear LeBron game.
I wasn't, and unfortunately, I can't go back and start the series over.
Yeah.
Congrats
Man, I don't want to see these niggas, man.
series win mean to you both personally? What does this series win mean to you personally?
They must have already did this nigga interview or something.
There. So I know.
That your daughter has
Who
been
got
a
seen
big
away from
motivation
LeBron?
for you, and it's a huge responsibility as well as the playoffs.
We
How
gotta
has
wait.
that experience been for you?
It's been fun, but hard because I'll be leaving for like 4 or 5 days, so she get to tripping on her mom. But other than that, it's been fun.
And back here. You've talked in the past about how much you all need from Rudy, and tonight it seems like it embodied the type of game that you were talking about from him. What did you see? How did he help you? And what can this team be when he plays like this?
Yeah. Whoa. Rudy played phenomenal, man. He played almost 40 minutes tonight.
All these niggas coming in the interview room
from
for
the
it.
field. Yeah, we can't ask nothing. He was a dragon tonight. Rudy was the dragon. Yeah, he was a dragon tonight, for sure.
Shit not. Like,
Nah,
I'm
he
not
wasn't a
laughing,
dragon,
gang.
no. He was a dragon from Game of Thrones tonight. Yeah, nah, he was incredible tonight.
And before the playoffs started, right here, right here, we had you mentioned to me that you wanted everybody to be talking about the Lakers. You saw everybody picking the Lakers. How does it feel now to emerge from this series victorious the way that you guys have had, the way you did, and to prove those kind of people wrong?
You know what makes it feel even better is that they said Lakers are 5 and the Wolves won 5. So I think that makes it feel sometimes better. That's like my opinion.
And I'm losing so much fucking respect for you right now, gang.
They can't hear me. Who can't hear me? I don't care about
After being 47, this is a team that could talk to each other. And I remember back in November, you were sitting here like after loss to the Kings saying this team couldn't communicate with each other. At what point of this season did that flip for this team? And how did you guys become closer as a team? Maybe what moment did that happen for you guys throughout the course
I
of the
think
season?
I think the turning point for us was the game when Julius came back and finished. I think that changed everything. We knew we needed him. We was missing him, and we was just missing that piece. Did Dante come back? Yeah. So when they came back, it kind of changed everything. Like our whole demeanor changed. We had like a team meeting with Quezzy and the coaches, and like they got on us, and we feel like everybody responded the right way. Like, everybody went and looked at the girl and said, there's a lot of things that I can do better for myself.
Man, what LeBron that game?
Instead of trying to blame somebody. So we did that, and everybody became like a grown man.
At right here.
I got
So
two other guys up here.
your three ball just wasn't falling tonight. How frustrating was that for you? And when did you kind of make the decision that you were just gonna try to put the ball on the floor?
I didn't really make the decision to stop shooting it. I still trusted it. It just didn't fall. But my teammates did a great job. I'm not. Julius did a great job of calling for the ball down the street. Because I would have kept trying to force it, trying to find something. But Julius had it going, and like I said, we're a team, so just giving him the ball and letting him work, realizing that he got a matchup that we're looking for.
Julius, this is obviously your first season with Rudy Gobert. I'm curious, kind of over the course of the year, sort of your perception of, and like I'm gonna start in this front court with Rudy. What your perception of him was, kind of coming in, and how this would work, and into kind of over the course of the season, what it's been, and then what he did tonight.
I just knew he was like dominating the paint, and he protected the rim. I've had my battles with Rudy over the years, so I knew who he was as a player, but obviously when you play with somebody consistently, it's a little bit different. So, over the course of the year, I really had to learn, his strengths and how to help him in a sense. Because when he plays at a high level, same thing with Jaden's and
Oh man, this shit hurting my heart.
the line, when they play at a high level, it just takes our team to a whole different, dimension, and it makes us super dynamic. So, just learning Ruth through the course of the year and how to communicate with him, all those different type of things. It's a process, but when he does what he does tonight, you see how good we can be as a team.
First off, congratulations to all three of you gentlemen on the series win today. Julius, for you, there was a
Man,
point
this
in the
nigga one more
series where I
question. They gonna
see
eat niggas one more
you
question,
pretty
bro.
much can get where you wanted to get when you wanted to get there. First part of the question is, when did that come about in the game? And second part, did you see anything that they were trying to do schematically to try to take the ball out of your hand, or did you see them wanting to go one-on-one and you're just tunnel vision at that point scoring how you want to score, who you want to score?
Yeah, I mean, when we started the series in the beginning, we kind of knew, the defense and scheme-wise how they like to play. So I mean, it developed over the course of the series, but like honestly, like when you play next to five, like it made the game a lot easier. You know what I mean? Because they throwing two or three people at them, so you just got to be, willing to move and be in the right spaces on the floor. And, you got to be able to take advantage of that. So I mean, it's not a person in the world that can guard him one-on-one. So it's, teams are throwing everything at him. And, I always tell him go be great, but if you need
Can't guard who
to
one on one?
I just try to make the game easy on him by attacking.
Who, Rudy?
First question for Nas. I got to give you an A on the group project, bro, because you made some big shots this whole series, bro. But just going in with that, with Coach Prince and his trust with you, we were looking at some film with Kyrie, and he was saying how you and Ant would be on the same side, and you'd be on your left side, and just Spencer's just putting you in the right spots and making sure you were shining through and running plays for you to make big shots. How do you feel in that situation when you and his relationship and things that you're showing?
Solid 4 years now. These teams grow each and every year in every aspect. Like I said before, he said it himself. I could be a starter at any point, any time, on any team. So I mean, that's just proves that to my work, and he's seen me, like I said, day in and day out for the last 4 years, put the work in. And, it's just level of trust that I put myself in, undrafted, due to a situation
Nigga, hello.
Just wanted to ask you about film study with you. I mean, they were showing a lot of smoke blitzes, what we call, where it was like it looked like a zone, but it wasn't there. Nah, not tonight. They were blitzing you tonight a little bit. Yeah, they were trying. Yeah, but I'm saying just you talking about game two. I remember you said you're gonna go back in the film room. How much has you been in the being in the film room helped you this year? And how have you seen that leak in terms of you being able to read plays and make all the pass reads that you did? Because I feel like that's a huge improvement. I really like
Just
how
dick
you
right the
guys
fuck
see
out this
that.
nigga I see.
I think the thing about watching film is you got to be willing to accept the bad. Most people they only want to watch it when it's good. So I want to watch the game when it's bad. You know what I mean? And I think that's I want to see what I can do better. And yeah, I think that's what we did after game two. Me and my trainer, some guys, we just watched 41. He called me like he woke. I'm seeing stuff. I text Drew a couple of clips like, hey, this is what I'm seeing. And they came out and helped me a lot at game three, and then it just gave me energy. Rolled over to game 4 and 5.
And what's it been like? Obviously, the coaching staff, they're always working with you on what they want you to do, but then also the collaboration of you being like, I actually think I can do this, and them kind of learning maybe how you can kind of go outside some normal boundaries because of what you can do. What has it been like just kind of going back and forth and them realizing the different things they can do with you and you kind of also doing what they want to do?
It just comes with getting better. You know, some things I'm not the best at, some things I'm really good at. So, like I said, just playing to my strengths and not trying to go towards my weaknesses. I think you do a great job of keeping me away from those. For all of you, is there different ways in which you guys won the games this series, give you confidence of how far you guys can go in the postseason? Yeah. I'll just say because of how deep we are as far as like our bench, I feel like our bench is almost better than our starting five. You know, we got starters on the bench. It's hard to beat guys that come in with so much energy. Nas and Kill, Dante, they come in with so much energy that it gives us energy to start five. Shot making ability on the bench is takes us to where we're at.
Thank you. Shit. Man, why the fuck we interviewing this nigga, man? Bro, that finna make me mad, bro.
How do you mentally handle this? I start right here going into the off season. When you guys
This
have a
nigga
lot
don't
of
look
confidence
mad.
and belief in what you're going to be able to do, and to have it kind of end in this way. What do you feel like stand out to you the most as you head into the summer?
I mean, it sucks, you know. We definitely didn't expect Dinas to get eliminated the first round. We're pretty,
What?
we felt good about it before the series started. Yeah, it's just kind of sad, you know.
That nigga ain't speaking motherfucking English, man. What the nigga say? Yabba dabba do?
The expectations you have for yourself with the performance of the postseason.
I mean, you guys can see the score, we didn't get the rebound, We need somebody to get rebound. I gotta be one of them. Start more engaging the rebound before. I can't just be face to face, posting out for the whole game,
Right.
I can get a rebound, that's the whole thing I can do. Just 7-2, 7-5 wingspan, whatever. He's a big man.
Right. That's right.
The problem was, I think, because we helped,
That's not even your fault though.
trying to help Colbert, put on 2 guys, and the other guy diving into offense, rebounding, it's easy, And it's not only him. Gobert is not only a guy that can get rebounds from them. Most of the other starting five, say Mike, only can get a rebound.
Man, I'm getting tired of this nigga talking.
Ruben, I know you just mentioned the rebounding and play. As someone who's playing at that position a lot, playing up at center, matchups like how physically taxing was that? You guys playing so small for really since mid-January on.
Unfortunately, I'm not a 5 man. I'm 6'8", 240. It's tough. the coaches trust me to put me in the situation. I try to fight through that, but there's a limit to it. Like I said, I can. That's only I can do is literally facing God, and maybe I can top. I can just go get rebound like that. So
Hey, bro, what you nigga talking about, bro?
that was our team situation this year, and it is what it is. And yeah,
When you take a step back, this is fair to say, the most consistent role you've had on the best team to play for up to this point in your career. What did JJ and his coaching staff really do for you in the season that you had?
I think that from the start, they trust me on offense, defense, everything. They kept telling me shoot more threes, be aggressive on defense,
Shot
be
my
aggressive
threes and
on
fucked them up.
rebound, basically everything.
This is
I
one of your
think,
good games, though, gang.
those stuff it helps me, me as a basketball player, of course, and I think I was able to help this team get to this point. So yeah, I'm thankful to that.
あ
今季本当にこのチームに必要なピースとしてかなり成長されたと思うんですけれども、どれくらいワークハードをされたのか教えていただけますか？
What, nigga?
例えば今までと違うこととか何かありますか？
そうですね、このチームとして役割を渡された中で、体作りとかそういうところを意識しましたし、
Nigga, what?
スターティングでずっと試合も出るってことが分かったので、その長い時間
Nigga, I don't need to say, man.
80試合できるっていう目標をしてやってたので、その中でその体作りを意識していきました。
What is this nigga? What is this nigga? What is he?
もうレブロンとは練習はされたんですか？
そうですね。
もうされたんですね。お疲れ様です。今シーズンは
Bro, they need to go back to English, gang.
もちろん出してましたけれども、スタッフとかと関係なくチームに必要な小さなところ、いろんなところでチームをヘルプするということがかなりできてたと思うんですけれども、その辺の自分のやりがいっていうんですかね、そういったチームが勝つことにいろんな面で絡めるということのやりがいがどれぐらい感じてらっしゃるか教えてください。
そうですね、そのケミストリーとかもそうですし、こういうコア選手が今集まってて、その中で新しい選手が入ってくるってことで、そのコア選手の中のケミストリーはすごい大きかったんじゃないかなと思いますし、それのやりやすさっていうのもあったと思うので、そういうところはまだこれからどういうふうにオフシーズンこの生活でやるかわかんないんですけど、それでじゃあいいなと思います。
八幡選手、お疲れ様です。
Oh my god, bro. Next, bro. Next nigga, bro. Come on, King. I'm not finna keep listening to this shit.
来シーズンに向けてここをさらに伸ばしたいというところがあれば教えてください。
そうですね、今シーズン終わったばっかりなので、まずは体をケアして、その疲れが溜まってると思う。それをやってからの自分のどういうふうに方針していくかっていうのも決まると思うので、そこはしっかり自分でも考えていきたいなと思います。
Why we gotta look at this nigga?
Yeah, I'm really getting some of the balls coming my way, and also teammates finding me offensively. But it's about winning.
Man, I'm getting the fuck out of my bed
series,
with motherfucking Bronco.
when we won and 2 points, 6 points. I thought we played the right way as a team. So sometimes the ball is not coming, but somebody else is getting wild for shots. And if we play winning basketball, it's always a good thing for me. So that's the strength of our team. And every given night,
Did you know early on that you would have a night like this? Did you feel it coming, or how did you just see it unfold in front of you?
I mean, over the course of the series, I felt like it was getting harder and harder for them to keep me off the balls. They had a lot of energy early on. And so, yeah, every game I felt like, it's just hard for them to keep me off the ball. It's a lot of effort. And last home game, I felt like, I had a lot of great positions, but the ball was bouncing opposite way almost every time. And I knew that there was going to be a game where I get a little bit more luck and it comes my way, and I just had to be better at finishing.
Rudy, earlier on in the series, they were trying to beat you out on an island and isolate you. Games 1 and 2 here, and then they stopped doing that. Take some pride in that.
Of course, that's what I love to do. That's what I live for. Regarding the best players in the world. When I'm pick and roll, switching, isolation, anything, I enjoy those moments. And, yeah, I thought as a team, more importantly, I thought we did a great job being on the same page defensively and being able to execute all the coverages that we wanted to put out there. And then I just had to be myself. My teammates trusted me in all these different situations, and I trust myself in this situation.
What was the emotion like when you checked out of the game and bench and mobbed you a little bit of the game and 30 seconds left?
I mean, it feels good. I love these guys. We've been through a lot, and whether it's the younger guys or the veterans, we have a special group. These guys put a lot of work every day, and they're always. Those are the things that we don't see, obviously, from the outside. But these guys have been amazing all year. Keeping the spirits high and yeah, putting some hard work, with consistency every day. Rudy, last year, things didn't go your way against Luka Doncic and the Mavericks. It goes your way this year. How much level of, I don't know if vindication is the right word, but how gratifying is this series victory for you? Feels great. Feels great, but my vindication is not about beating a specific person. It's about winning the championship.
Like, I ain't gonna lie, he I feel like he talking about the Lakers. I'm not listening to him. I don't feel like
Non, vas-y. Tout à l'heure,
this
le
nigga
coach
ugly,
Fitch
big,
a
and
dit que
he's worth nothing.
malgré les critiques que vous pouvez subir, notamment d'autres joueurs en NBA, d'autres personnes, vous écoutez pas en fait.
Crazy, because niggas out here losing their bits.
Vous pouvez développer un petit peu là-dessus. Ce genre de match, mettre en relief cette stabilité, en concentré sur l'essentiel.
Écoute, j'entends un petit peu le bruit. Depuis que j'ai commencé le basket à l'âge de 12 ans, j'ai toujours entendu le bruit. J'ai toujours entendu
LeBron James,
voilà, les gens qui
put a
croyaient
picture
en
of that
moi.
nigga here with
Et
Lisa, like on his knees,
j'ai
kneeling.
toujours
Can't get that shit.
essayé d'être au-dessus de ça, j'ai toujours cru en moi et ça m'a poussé à travailler encore plus dur toute ma carrière, toute ma vie. Donc,
All these niggas speak different languages.
partie de ça, pour moi, c'est positif. En fait. C'est positif que les personnes, voilà, ils me poussent à être meilleur chaque jour. Et soit les gens qui m'aiment et qui me soutiennent ou les personnes qui me critiquent, c'est moi qui écris mon histoire. Et je vais continuer de l'écrire. Et quand l'histoire sera finie, je sais que voilà, j'aurai pas de regrets. Et de là où je suis parti, c'est pas gagné. C'est pas gagné. Donc, on va continuer d'écrire l'histoire. Et puis, on verra où. On verra les prochaines pages du livre.
Ouais, Rudy, bravo pour cette qualification. Voilà, le fait que les JO, pour toi, ça a été un petit peu compliqué, est-ce que ça a renforcé ta motivation, ton envie de performer dans ce genre de match-là? Est-ce que ça a changé quelque chose?
Non, pas vraiment. Pas vraiment, parce que je suis.
This nigga still, I don't care if this nigga scored 30
Je
then
connais
almost 30 points when
ma
he gets nigga
passion
off TV.
pour ce sport et pour la compétition et pour gagner. Et que ce soit cet été, ou deux étés, ou maintenant en playoff, je vis pour ce moment-là. Je travaille dur tous les jours pour ce moment-là et je connais ma valeur, tout simplement. Donc, voilà, bien sûr, j'aurais aimé avoir un médaille d'or, bien sûr, j'aurais aimé rentrer dans le quatrième carton contre les Américains. Mais
There's
ce
some
que
music
je peux
with
faire,
that
c'est
thing I
contrôler
just imagine.
les actions, le travail et comment on impact
We would have
sur le
got
terrain.
one win.
Et c'est ce que j'essaie de faire et de
We
continuer
would have
de
discussed what we did wrong in that
Et
game that
dis-nous
almost
de
moved it.
cet épisode un peu olympique compliqué, est-ce que ce soir, par exemple, c'est un truc qui te sert pour encore plus dur et encore meilleur?
Écoute, toute l'adversité que je traverse dans ma vie et dans ma carrière, c'est forcément, j'essaie toujours de m'en nourrir, pour progresser, pour devenir plus mature et pour devenir plus fort.
nigga like? What was this nigga like? What was J.J. Redick doing though? Like, why didn't he put no big man in the game? I'm so confused. I'm genuinely confused. Like, why did he not put no big man in the game?
Félicitations. C'est un match monstrueux, je crois que c'est record de points, record de rebonds en playoff. Vous étiez, à quel moment vous avez eu conscience statistiquement de la qualité du match? Aussi, est-ce que vous avez été surpris? On ne voit pas plus de détails.
I don't, BJ, I genuinely don't understand what's going on though, gang.
Aucune idée, la dernière minute, j'avais aucune idée de mes stats. J'avais une idée des
Why
points,
didn't we put a center in the whole game?
aucune idée. Et voilà, mon but c'était vraiment de dominer et d'être présent sur le moment. Voilà, peu importe les 2 ou 20 points, voilà, d'être prêt pour la prochaine action, la prochaine opportunité et de finir ce match, de gagner ce match. C'était vraiment mon focus ce soir et voilà, j'étais prêt à tous les différents ajustements que les Lakers que J.J. Redick aurait pu faire. Voilà, on savait un petit peu comment on allait s'ajuster à ça offensivement et défensivement.
Rudy, you have bigger goals, obviously, but what is kind of, I guess, the level of satisfaction? You know, this team went through so much during the season. You had periods where it was not easiest and not smoothest, but to be able to gradually come together and find it.
It's great. You know, we have a lot of guys that are underdogs. You know, they've been underappreciated in their careers. I'm thinking guys like Julius, for example, Mike Conley. Obviously, Ant is a young superstar that still has a lot.
This nigga still talking.
You know, we have a bunch of guys that never had anything handed to them, and you know, we have tough beginning of the season. You know, some growing pains, but knowing this group of guys and knowing our mentality and you know how resilient we are individually and collectively. I never doubted this group. I always thought this group had an opportunity to accomplish something special. And everything that we went through earlier in the season was just whether it's offensively,
Today
defensively,
is show this
as a
mental
group,
health
you know,
awareness
it's
month.
all things that we are seeing now and we are going through now, but now we're ready for them. You know, and it feels good, you know, in a way. Like maybe if we don't go through that adversity early on, we get stunned in the playoff. You know, so it's I think everything happened for a reason, and everything prepared us for this moment. And it's still got a lot of room to grow, but it feels good to you know, to see this group of guys just being rewarded for his resilience and you know and our work as a team.
Rudy, I understand that.
Why would I get on Instagram, right? My nigga, look where I'm looking at.
They both want to win.
You see what I'm saying, nigga?
They both want to win, and they both.
Do you see the trending
Ask us every day
gifts, my nigga?
To get
They
to
don't
that,
only have Anthony
get
Edwards
to that goal
right?
that we both, neither of us have
These
have
niggas
accomplished
and
yet.
where they
You
go?
know,
Where
and
the fuck
you
they
know, and we
go?
want to see each other win. You know,
These niggas have
game,
Cancun, my nigga.
I mean, you've been
Great
you've
jokes
got
on our
disrespect
fucking
your
top,
whole career,
bro.
and so do I. So it's you know, it's a good opportunity for us to write our own narrative. And winning
This
doesn't.
nigga still talking. LeBron James. LeBron James.
I mean, I don't know. I mean, obviously, for me,
The GOAT. That's
my
what we wanted to
first
watch.
NBA Finals appearance was in 2007. The moment I got an opportunity to be a part of that and take
He looking back
care,
at his past. It's old.
and now every season that I did not make it to the finals or did not win a championship has been a disappointment. So it'd be the same for me, you know. It'd be the same all season of disappointment and unfulfillment. You know, have an opportunity, you know, to play longer and give yourself an opportunity to play for Larry O'Brien Trophy. So nothing changes for me.
fact that you're gonna enter into an off season on a roster that has Luka Doncic that secured the number 3 seed in the West in a really tough West
You staying?
this year, what type of thoughts does that?
Is he
give you
staying?
about
Wait, did you hear what he said?
And how many more years will we see him play?
I don't know. I don't have an answer for that.
What? No.
Something I sit down with my family, my wife, and my support group, and kind of just talk through it and see what happens. And,
Really, my nigga?
just have conversations with myself on how long I want to continue to play.
Okay. Hold on.
I don't know the answer to that right now, to be honest.
He got another year. He got another good year in him, game.
LeBron, kind of two along those lines. Did
He got one more good
you know,
year.
there's belief, and teams always believe to a degree. This team had like that real. It seemed like that real genuine belief. Did that
I didn't
energize you
cry.
in ways and challenge you mentally and physically in ways that you could see wanting to do more of this, having that opportunity?
No. I walk into the practice facility and walk into this arena with high energy all the time, and I just try to spill that to my teammates. Try to spill the belief into my teammates. Play as hard as I can, do whatever I can out on the floor when I have the opportunity to do it. But I don't think. I think the only thing is it's up to me. If I want to continue to play. How long I'm going to continue to play is ultimately up to me. So it has nothing to do about anybody else.
You've taken on so many different challenges in your career. Being paired mid-season.
No, game. Don't do you, nigga. Stay.
How did that go? What were the challenges with that? What areas do you think that pairing could be better in the future with more time?
Yeah, anytime you make an acquisition or a big acquisition in the middle of the season, it's always going to be challenging. And not only for me, but for AR and for the rest of the group on how we're playing. I mean, we went from the ball wanting to touch the ball in AD's hands, either off pick and rolls or off post.
He missed AD game.
Elbow
He missed
catches,
AD game.
But it started with myself and AR kind of handling the ball handling, and then making sure we got 80 the ball. And that whole obviously dynamic change. When we made the acquisition of Luka to, how can we change our approach to best fit his game, and how can we center our game around his. I think it's always challenging when you make like I said, a big acquisition like that. There's been times where we, obviously didn't look so well. A couple games early on.
Fuck this nigga
But
smiling
I think we
for.
kind
Just
of figured
smirked
it
at
out.
me.
Kind of later in the season. The more and more games we had, I still don't think we had enough time to mesh. But for the time that we had, I thought we ended the regular season very well.
If he come back next year game, we winning the chip.
Obviously, you know how tough the West is. But that was
West is the
a
toughest
good
shit to
test for us. And, we had some challenges, but I think ultimately having a guy like that is very dynamic for any franchise.
LeBron, how did I think the final 12 games you guys played, you had your full unit after you returned? How did the end of the regular season, but also this series perform from a team-wide perspective, the areas of improvement for next season?
I don't know. I mean, obviously, we don't even listen. It's a business too. We don't know what the roster will look like next year. Besides the guys that's locked into contracts, so we don't. I mean, shit, I got a lot to think about myself. So I don't know what the roster will look like. I don't know where I stand right now. But I think
it's not good.
Whatever happens, I think JJ is going to continue to grow. He had a hell of a rookie campaign for a rookie coach. And it's a lot different being a rookie coach. It's already hard being a rookie coach in the NBA, and it's a hell of a lot harder being a rookie head coach coaching the Lakers. It's a whole nother ballgame. And I thought he handled it extremely well. I thought he just learned every single day. He held us accountable. He pushed us. I thought JJ and his coaching staff were great throughout the whole season.
that was pretty cool. So that's one thing for sure that you guys know for sure that would be. And he was a great, a great coach, up and coming coach that would be great for many, many years.
Okay.
LeBron, basically from mid-January on, right when AD got injured, you guys started playing a lot of centerless basketball. That required a lot. So you knew where to go and really once he got back. From a physical taxing standpoint, how tough was that for the last 3.5 months to play that style? And do you feel like that caught up at all in this series?
No comment. I never say that because my guy AD said what he needed, and then he was gone the following week. So I got no comment. I put that uniform on every night. I gave everything I had, and that's all.
Nigga, it's not funny.
Hey, Ron, with everything that you've accomplished, where does playing alongside your son rank, especially considering everything that he's overcome?
Number one, for sure. That's easy. It's not even close. I mean, to be able to play the game that I love and to be able to be along my son this whole year has been one of the most gratifying, satisfying journeys I've ever been on, just to see his growth from the moment he was drafted when we were all in New York at the draft party to seeing him in summer league, struggle early on in summer league and pick it up towards the end. To get on the floor with him in preseason for the first time, I believe it was in Palm Springs, I believe. To getting on the court versus this Minnesota team, game one, and just to see what he was able to do every single day by just channeling his mind and his work, just putting in the work and just seeing how much he grew from, I said, the moment he was drafted to, doing what he was doing in the G, getting opportunities with us. Super proud of the shortcomings that he had when we played in Philly. I thought that built so much character. And it showed when we set out a lot of guys at that home game when we played Milwaukee. And I just thought that he has a bright future. Because not only can he play the game
This
of
nigga
basketball,
yapping about his son. No, god
he's a
damn.
great kid. And you can ask anybody, any one of his teammates, any one of the coaches. It's just a joy to be around. And I have to say that I have a lot to do with that. Appreciate it.
No, don't go. And I'm done watching. I'm not finna watch this. Ain't this the number 17, nigga?